Welcome everyone to the 20th Design Principles and Practices Conference. I'm Jagtadharala, a communication designer and researcher. Today we'll be looking into the transformation of Telugu Script. This presentation is based on my PhD thesis on the typographic ontology of Telugu Script at IIT Hyderabad. Telugu Script is an alpha-syllable script mainly used to write the Telugu language. The Telugu language is spoken by around 80 million people, mainly in the southern Indian states of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. With 10 million people living outside the Telugu heartland, it is the world's 14th most spoken native language and one of the fastest growing languages in the United States. In this presentation, we look at three main perspectives to explore the script transformation: the political and both intangible and tangible cultural factors as the drivers. The presentation is primarily a visual essay, and due to the limited time we have, we might not have enough time to go very deep into the details of the visual materials. However, I'll attach the slides in the digital media section to check them out if you want to explore further. So first, let me run you through the basic characteristics of the script so that we can establish a visual context for the forms. The Telugu letter set consists of symbols for 16 vowels and 40 consonants. It has its unique symbol for numerals and fractions. And these letters are curvilinear, primarily comprised of hooks, hoops, loops and knots, with hardly any vertical strokes. It also has secondary symbols for its vowels and consonants, and also a set of punctuation symbols and special graphemes. The script uses a specific script grammar to combine the symbols of primary and secondary signs to form conjuncts, which expresses both simple and complex syllables. Here we can see how a consonant symbol combines with secondary vowel sign to form simple conjuncts, which are orthographic leakages. And here we can see how a consonant can combine with secondary consonant signs and secondary vowel signs to form complex consonant clusters. If you're wondering, the conjunct at the bottom right combines the sound of the consonants k, sh, r, ya, the vowel e, and a vowel modifier to express the sound kshri. So the basic character consists of a base symbol, subscript, a superscript, a half or a full form on the sides. This multi-tier structure makes the script quite complex to render style. And the reading flow is also complex, as we can see here. It is far from linear, and the reader has to comprehend the basic symbols along with their parts to proceed further. So the positioning and spacing between these parts are crucial factors for the legibility of this typeface. Coming to the main aspect of the presentation, first we'll look into the evolution of the script from its origins from Brahmi to its standardization. Like many South Asian and Southeast Asian scripts, Telugu also belongs to the Brahmi script family. Even though we have a record of several graffiti marks in the region, even before the origin of Brahmi, and several theories linking the Indus script or the late Harappan script to these symbols, at present, conclusively we consider Brahmi as a script. We can see the journey of the letter R in various scripts. We will look into this particular section of the family. Here is an infographic mapping the evolution of both the letterform evolution and numeral evolution, along with major cultural phases. Throughout this journey, the Telugu script also shares a significant time with the sister script, Kannada. This is despite the large linguistic differences between them. It is mainly due to the shared royal patronage during the evolutionary phases. We will look at the visual similarities of Telugu and Kannada in the later part of the presentation. This evolutionary period can be divided into 7 distinct phases, with various political, religious, and linguistic factors contributing to the script transformation. In the first part, also called the period of emergence, the Mauryan Empire, Buddhism, and the dominance of the Prakrit language played a crucial role. Emperor Ashoka wanted to spread the Buddhist principles of Dhamma through stone edicts throughout his vast empire and beyond. This was a ritualistic way of emancipation which led to the spread of Brahmi script across the Indian subcontinent and beyond. During the initial phases, the letters were strictly geometric and very angular, optimized for easy learning and easy engraving using simple tools. The letters were often engraved on large boulders with prominent surface, even if the surface was undulated. Hence, we see that with the course of time, the perfect geometrical forms slowly started becoming organic. The engraver was supported by an instructor who would copy the text from manuscripts onto the stone and oversee the accuracy of this text. Later came the Satavahana dynasty, the first rulers of Telugu origin. Harder metal tools became available and vernacular craftsmen's engraving techniques improved. We can see a hint of stylization in the form of functional flourishes here. Letters also indicated the inherent vowel in the form of a small horizontal stroke, which is a crucial aspect of the language. Later, the Ikshvaku dynasty emerged, and the flourishes became more pronounced with the introduction of the new writing material, the copper plates. We will look into the copper plates in detail in the next section. Next, we have a period of consolidation, where the Vedic Brahmanism and Sanskrit played a significant role in script transformation. This is a period where the script develops into a common Telugu Kannada script. Shalankayanas, the vassals of Ikshvakus, the first Brahmin rulers, take control of the region and want to promote Vedic Brahmanism. They invite Vedic scholars to settle in the region and establish places of learning. And they were allotted land and property as royal gifts, and the copper plates served as durable property documents bearing a royal seal. The flourishes in these plates acted as a tamper-proof mechanism so that additional text cannot be added in between the lines. Looking at the fidelity of the letters, it appears that the process of etching might involve simultaneous heating and a primordial form of acid etching. Writing in Sanskrit required the script to accommodate complex graphemes. The flourishes, which originated in the copper plate tradition, also entered the stone engraving and became characteristic of Kadamba script. This period also saw the long inscriptions written entirely in Telugu. Phase 5 is a period of social awakening marked by new religious movements including Veerashaivism and Veeravaishnavism. Most inscriptions were in hybrid form of Sanskrit, combining instructional Sanskrit with Telugu. The characters became more rounded and cursive. Till now, the journey of Telugu and Kannada scripts has been the same. During the period of transition, the script develops its own unique style, and in the later phases, it reaches a standard structure and form. The stone engraving becomes the medium of documenting the lore and recording donations to the temples. The engraving becomes as intricate as palm leaf lettering. This period of Vedic revival is marked by numerous translations of Sanskrit works into Telugu, which gave impetus to the manuscript and scribal traditions, which in turn helped the script develop more refined forms. The script consolidated its visually appealing, rounded aesthetic, often celebrated by poets as possessing the beauty of pearls. The scribes held as much importance as the poets, and dedicated community of scribes called the Shistakaras were employed to maintain the standards of lettering. If we take a look at the letter-wise transformation, we notice that the maximum change happened to the letters which were completely angular in the beginning phases, than the ones which were a mix of both angular and curvilinear forms, and the least change occurred in those that were already curvilinear in the early phases. This is due to the impact of the palm leaf manuscript tradition. We will look into the later section. We can also look at how, along with primary symbols, secondary symbols evolved in a similar fashion. The script developed unique forms for secondary vowel symbols, while most secondary consonant symbols were variations of the primary symbols themselves, and the remaining ones are variants of their archaic forms. Here, we can also look into the evolution of the Telugu numerals. After the earlier phases, the introduction of place value notation and introduction of zero, the numerals had a coherent with the script letterforms. Here, we can observe a close relationship between the root shapes of the script letters and the numerals. Now, we will see palm leaf manuscript tradition, how it played a crucial role in the development of the script. Palm leaf has been a primary writing material in the southern region for the past 2 millennia. The process of procuring, curing, and shaping palm leaves has been performed in a ritualistic fashion with immense cultural significance. The natural attributes such as the shape and grain of the palm leaf played a pivotal role in the unique features of the Indian manuscript. Due to the dry and arid climate, the variety of palm leaf available in the Deccan region was thicker than the finer Thaliput palm leaf available in the coastal areas. Angular marks were hard to achieve on this type of palm leaf because it would easily tear. Hence, the strokes had to be curvilinear and the grip of the metal stylus they used to etch had to be looser. The instrument used to etch letters on the palm leaf was known as lekini or ghantam, which was sharp metal tip. The variations of the scribe's posture and writing style provided various degrees of freedom and constraints in the movement of the hand and arm. In Tamil Nadu, the thumb was used as a fulcrum which supported both angular and curvilinear strokes. For Malayalam and Oriya manuscripts, the inscribers took the thumb as a support or a guide rather than a fulcrum, which produced elegant curvilinear forms. In Telugu and Kannada scripts, the thumb was not involved. The stylus was held in the palm, and the curvilinear motion of the wrist and elbow largely dictated the form of the letters. Also, using elbow movement reduced the muscular fatigue in the hands and shoulders. These factors, along with the patronage of Telugu literature during the rule of Vijayanagara Empire, contributed to the script's beauty and refinement by the 16th century CE. This period was often described as a golden age of Telugu literature and culture. Now we will look into the next era of transformation, fueled by rapidly changing social scenario and the introduction of new writing materials and the introduction of printing technology. The golden age ended with the fall of Vijayanagara Empire by the end of 16th century. The following 2 centuries under the Islamic rule of sultanates and nizams were considered the dark age in Telugu cultural literature, with the destruction of temples, learning centers, and persecution of scholars. But due to the patronage of Arabic calligraphy in the region and the multi-script layout of official documents, the characteristic bottom-heavy stroke modulation also became a crucial aspect of Telugu script. The European scholars and missionaries also brought with them a new writing materials such as quill pen, dip pen, and split nib pen, which also gave the modulated stroke to the letters. One such scholar is Benjamin Schultz. Here is a picture of him holding Telugu manuscripts. He is responsible for the first Telugu book. It is a Bible printed in Germany using block printing. Due to the lack of expertise with the script at the printing press, the letters rendered were unintelligible and grotesque. Francis Ellis White, an administrator and scholar, developed the first Telugu movable typeface, the FET. It was significantly better than the earlier example, but it struggled to render the secondary symbols. Latest typefaces, such as the ones developed by Vincent Figgins and later by the Serampur Mission Press and the American Mission Press, offered better legibility and refinement. This way, the missionary activities in the region, through the introduction of printing press, indirectly helped the script reach a certain level of sophistication and standardization. During the early stages of printing, Telugu and Kannada once again shared a common journey. The early founders developed similar forms for certain letters in both the scripts for easier and cheaper execution. Here we can see the similarities existing today between these two scripts. We can roughly say that 50% of the letters are identical, 30% have slight variations, and the remaining 20% are mutually incomprehensible. One of the enduring characteristics of manuscripts was the equal importance given to both primary and secondary signs, which aid in legibility and readability. We can see that the same feature being rendered in early text typefaces. But with the rise of local newspapers, which prioritized economy and reach over refinement, we notice a significant reduction in the proportion of the secondary signs. This compromised typographic convention became a norm with the later type foundry types and is being followed even in the text typefaces developed today. The Enada newspaper, which was introduced in 1974, became hugely popular. They introduced photos typesetting and developed their text typeface with the technical support of linotype, which became the gold standard to be emulated in all other popular newspapers introduced later. Now we'll move into the fun part, the creative side of the script, which was primarily due to the experimentation done with the newer writing materials and tools. The most modest of them was the pen and paper, which became economical in the early 20th century. We can see the different writing styles and also how the script neurons were organically combined with letterforms. Here are a few more examples. An interesting example is the now extinct socio-cultural style of writing, which is a cursive style with no letter or word spacing. It was used to write legal documents to make them tamper-proof. The most unique lettering style was that of Bapu, a popular artist, cartoonist, writer and filmmaker. He tested the threshold of the script with his minimalist approach and sharp strokes. His writing style became an inspiration for the next generation of cartoonists. Satirical comedies often contained a lettering which complemented the witty tone of the artwork. One of the greatest contributions of the right of advertising and film industry was the opportunity given to the lettering artists and calligraphers to explore new styles to grab the attention of the readers. With the introduction of Western pulp fiction and through the social awakening of the communist and feminist movements in the 1970s and 80s, there was a very rich array of typographic artworks being created on a regular basis. So what about the situation today? And what about the future scope for aspiring type designers and artists? We have, as of today, roughly 500 different typefaces across 3 encoding systems, of which only about 10% are accessible and usable in popular design platforms. Even among these 10%, most of them are display typefaces. There are only 4 to 5 text typefaces, which are of considerable quality. In the past couple of years, we witnessed the development of exceptional text typefaces, such as Telugu, inspired by the manuscript form proportions, developed by Fiona Ross and John Hudson, and the most versatile multi-script variable display typeface, Anik, developed by Type. The legacy of the explorative lettering style of the earlier movie titles is being followed even in the present movie titles. But the various hand lettering styles, which were ubiquitous in the wall art and shop fronts, see a sharp decline due to the availability, economy, and convenience of the digital lateral experimenting. Many lettering artists are becoming stickering artists and DTP operators for adapting to the changing scenario. With the democratization of the design platforms, we have an unwanted side effect of art getting replaced by sterile and repeated designs. We have to wait and watch what the AI revolution has in store for us. Hope you have enjoyed the presentation. Please do share your thoughts in the discussion board. And thank you very much for your interest.